Picture this. It's a standard day at the coal mine, but my brain is already running a marathon. I was a union shop steward, and in the morning there had been full and tense, heated meetings. You know the kind, the ones where everybody's blood pressure is up. To get me out of the blast radius, the pit bosses assigned me to a water truck, a quiet, solitary job to cool off, except the truck had a quirk. That remote switch for the water station valve was broken again. Now, in a perfect world, you stop, tag it out, and get it fixed. But in the real world, you think, I walked across that wooden plank to open that valve manually 100 times. It's been fine. That phenomenon right there, that's called normalization of deviance. If you do something dangerous 100 times and don't die, your brain labels it safe. But the 101st time, the physics catch up. I slipped off the board, hit the pipe, and my foot slid right under the heavy cribbing holding up the water stand. I yanked, I twisted, but every time I struggled, the cribbing sank a little deeper, locking my foot in a vise. The pain was immediate and blinding agony. My danger sensors, what scientists call nociceptors, were screaming up my spinal cord, "Mayday, tissue damage, do something." But then the situation got worse. The water was still running. Over the next 3 hours and 45 minutes, the icy waters rose. It reached my knees, then my waist, and then my chest. And then a neurological miracle happened. My foot stopped hurting. It went from absolute agony to nothing, total silence. Did my foot magically heal? Of course not. It was still being crushed. So why did the pain vanish? Because pain isn't a damage meter. Pain is an output created by your brain to protect you. And right then, my brain, sitting up there in the dark, ran a cold, hard calculation. It looked at the crushed foot, it looked at the rising, freezing water, and it decided a crushed foot won't kill us today. Drowning will. It literally muted the pain signals from my legs so I could focus entirely on keeping my head above the water. It's a survival mechanism called stress-induced analgesia. But my brain wasn't done. While I was trapped in the freezing water, a few bees started buzzing around my head. I'm severely allergic to bees, and my EpiPen was sitting perfectly safe, completely out of reach, inside the cab of the truck. Suddenly, my brain shifted gears again. The freezing water was a slow threat. A bee sting was a fast, lethal threat. My nervous system took every ounce of bandwidth it had and directed it to my hearing, my skin. I couldn't feel the bones in my foot, but I was hyper aware of every single microscopic vibration of those little wings. My brain was protecting me from the greatest immediate danger. Eventually, rescue came. The second they pulled me out, the external threat, the water, the bees were gone. And the absolute second my brain realized I wasn't going to drown or go into anaphylactic shock, it turned the volume up on my foot back up so high, my legs started bouncing uncontrollably. A neurogenic tremor, just discharging hours of trapped fight or flight energy. I'm a tough guy. I'm a coal miner. I thought I could just grit my teeth, heal up, and move on. But the fire in my foot never left. The cribbing is gone. The bones of the foot's healed years ago. But my nervous system was pushed so close to the edge that day that it permanently rewired its own alarm system. It learned to be terrified of that foot. Earlier, I mentioned normalization of deviance. Doing a dangerous thing hundreds of times until your brain labels it safe. We do that in heavy machinery, but we do it with ourselves too. We push through the stress, we ignore the warning signs, we override our physical alarms because we survived it yesterday, and we think we're just being tough. but our nervous system is always keeping score. I'm telling you this because maybe you haven't been pinned under a water stand, but maybe you have a bad back, or a trick knee, or a shoulder that just won't quit burning, long after the x-rays say you're completely fine. If you're living with chronic pain, I want you to know this. It's not just in your head. Well, technically, it is in your head because your brain is producing it. But the pain is very real. You aren't weak. You are just being protected by a nervous system that hasn't realized the danger is past. You might survive the trap, or the 100 little overrides your daily life, but you cannot stop your brain from learning the lessons. Respect your alarms. Listen to them. Because once the brain learns to panic, it's a very hard thing to make it forget. We tell ourselves it's fine. We tell ourselves we'll do it right tomorrow. We'll cross that plank just one more time. But your brain is keeping score, and the odds are waiting. If this story made you rethink how you work or process pain, do me a favor and share this with someone on your crew. Send it to the guy that always takes the shortcut. It might save him from his 101st time. Click the video on the screen for another dive into the science of survival, and hit the subscribe to join the crew. Stay safe out there. Don't let just one more be your last.